Check out FlipsideGaming.com for all your gaming needs. Use the promo code HEROES to save 10% on all orders over $10. Hey there, this is John from Heroes and Legends, and welcome to this special edition of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch. It is that time of the week again to count down the 10 hottest cards of the week based on the percentage increase in value and the increase in the amount of sales for these cards that are happening out there in real time. Well, March of the Machine, the Aftermath did come out on Friday. Now, we're not going to talk about any of those cards in today's video. They haven't been out for a week yet, so we need a baseline established. Maybe next week they might start working into these top 10 lists depending on what's going on. But this time, you're going to see a number of cards that are being influenced by a lot of different factors. One is March of the Machine, the Aftermath. But before we get into it all, just a quick reminder, if you go to FlipsideGaming.com, you can use the Heroes promo code to save 10% on orders over $10. Currently, you can order March of the Machine, the Aftermath there. You can also pre-order Lord of the Rings, Tales of Middle-earth products as well. They have everything you see on the screen, as well as the bundle and the gift bundles. Plus, they have a whole lot of other things on their website. Remember, if your order's over $100 or it consists only of singles, shipping will be free in the United States. Also, whenever you use the Heroes promo code, it does support the channel, which is always appreciated. So thank you, and without any further ado, let's get into it. Number 10 is Golos Tireless Pilgrim. This goes up $1.04 this week to $4.30. That's a 32% increase. In Legacy, this is in Colorless Cloud Post. Vintage, it's a 4 of in prison shops. But Modern is the reason this is moving the way it is right now. There, you're going to see this in Eldrazi Tron sideboards, but many times you find it in the main deck of Mono Green Tron. And one of those decks running 2 copies of this in the main won a recent Modern challenge at MTGO. Andrea Mengucci also streamed the deck after it won, which may have brought some additional attention to it. Beyond that, Andrea Mengucci and Inspiring Spike also streamed a Timeless Amulet Modern deck this week, running 4 copies of Golos in the main. That one is a combo deck that's gaining popularity too now, and it's most definitely contributing to this price jump. Number 9 is Misako the Humorless. This goes up $1.08 this week to $7.12. That's an 18% increase. This is yet to be reprinted, and it is seeing a little additional commander play now in a build around a new card for March of the Machine, Dejuro and Hezeret. Also, this is a decent upgrade to the new Convoke commander deck, Divine Convocation, but honestly, I haven't seen that many deck lists out there using the upgrade. That deck appears to be the least popular currently among the March of the Machine commander decks. Number 8 is Breach the Multiverse, up $1.09 to $4.25. That's a 34% increase. There has been a lot of spec talk about this card on the MTG Finance Reddit, but it gained some more attention recently at the Pro Tour. It was in a number of standard decks there, including the Orzhov midrange deck that made the top 8. Since the Pro Tour, it's been appearing in even more builds in standard too. It is shaping up to be a highly played card in the new meta, but we'll have to see where everything shakes out in the end. Also, MTG Goldfish recently featured an Against the Odds standard deck built around this card, and that did bring some attention to it as well. And as you might have guessed, it's also seeing a lot of commander play, where it is already showing up in lots of builds, old and new, including Hidetsugu and Kairi, as well as Sheoldred / The True Scriptures. Both of those cards are from March of the Machine as well. Beyond that, many are also using this to upgrade the new commander deck Growing Threat. Others are putting in fresh builds around the front-facing commander from there, Burmaz Blight of Oreskos. Number 7 is Sky Hunter Strike Force, up $1.81 to $6.05. That's a 43% increase. This is one of the Phyrexia All Will Be One Eternal cards that has been seeing a good amount of commander play ever since it came out. After all, it is a cat and a knight. It was in builds like Isshin 2 Heavens is 1 and Rin and Ciri Inseparable, but now it's seeing even more commander play thanks to March of the Machine. The Knight Tribal commander deck Cavalry Charge has been extremely popular, and this is a great upgrade for the deck. In fact, the Command Zones upgrade video for that deck came out this week, and they did mention this card in it. And yes, it's also in fresh builds around the front-facing commander from there too, Sidar Jabari of Zalfir. And to a lesser degree, I'm seeing this in commander builds around a card from the main set, Errant and Giada. Number 6, Veyran Voice of Duality, up $1.99 to $11.98. That is a 20% increase. This is the regular foil copy from the Commander 2021 Prismari Performance deck. It is a very popular commander and in the 99 of a number of builds in the format too. It's even seeing more play now as a commander due to a number of cards from March of the Machine that are pushing the build. Urabrask / The Great Work, Ren's Resolve, Sword of Once and Future, Barel and Kari Zev, Transcendent Message, Chandra Hope's Beacon, and Invasion of Arcavios / Invocation of the Founders. Number 5 is All Will Be One, up $2.09 to $11.65. That's a 22% increase. This is in standard Gruul ramp, but now there's another build floating around using this, and a new card from March of the Machine, The Aftermath. The card is Nixilis, Captive Kingpin, and the deck tries to get those two cards in play, and then it has different ways to do 1 damage to the opponent in order to start the damage loop. We'll have to see how it does in the meta, but right now it has some buzz. This is also getting a lot of play in Commander. Ever since this came out, players have been using this in the format with cards like Quest for Pure Flame, War Elemental, the Red Terror, but now it's seeing even more Commander play thanks to newer cards. First, it's a great upgrade to the new Call for Backup Commander deck, and it's in fresh builds around a couple cards from there. Shalai Halar, as well as Bright Palm Soul Awakener, which is the front-facing Commander. It's also in builds there around Omnith Locus of All from March of the Machine's main set, and you guessed it, it's in Commander decks around Nixilis, Captive Kingpin as well. Number 4, Rionia Fire Dancer, up $2.14 this week to $4.99. That's a 75% increase. This is a fairly popular commander, and in the 99ism builds, you do see this at times in those Veyran Voice of Duality builds, which we discussed earlier, but this is also getting additional commander play now in a new build around a card from March of the Machine, Atali Primal Conquer / Atali Primal Sickness. A lot of people building around that card right now in Commander. Number 3 is Brazen Cannonade. This goes up $2.43 this week to $10.16. That's a 31% increase. This has seen Commander play in a few different builds, like Veldorn Dreadwolf Herald, for example. It can lead to a lot of damage for sure, but the card has flown under the radar since it came out. Recently, however, it was featured in a Nitpicking Nerds video about Commander cards most worth buying, and that might have brought some attention to the card. Number 2 is Chandra Hope's Beacon. This goes up $3.25 this week to $8.60. That's a 61% increase. Here's a card that plays well with 2 cards we already looked at today, Breach of the Multiverse and Veyran Voice of Duality. It is important to note, though, that this card was found in 5 of the top 8 standard decks at Pro Tour March of the Machine recently, including the winning Rakdos midrange deck. 4 of those decks were Rakdos midrange, the other one was a Reanimator deck. Beyond that, this is also found at times in Grixis midrange and Gruul ramp in the format. Plus, I have seen some other builds around this card recently, so we'll have to kind of see where the standard meta goes in the coming weeks. In Pioneer, it's now found in Izzet Control, and aside from Veyran, which we already discussed, this is in a number of Commander builds too, old and new, including some around March of the Machine cards like Urabrask / The Great Work, Quintorius Loremaster, and Omnith Locus of All. And finally, coming in at number 1 is Magma Opus. This goes up $5.59 this week to $9.80. That is a 133% increase if you're doing the math at home. This is found in Pioneer, Izzet Indomitable Creativity, and that deck has been performing well, gaining momentum in the format. Most builds run 4 copies of this in the main. Plus, this gets some Commander play too. Many times it's in Hinata Dawn Crown, for example, but really Pioneer is the key driver this time. Alright, that is going to do it for our top 10 hot cards this week, but remember to join us this weekend for our regular episode of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch, where we deep dive into everything that's happening in the secondary market. Until then, though, hey, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. This video is made possible through the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Check out the description below for links to our Patreon page, as well as our Amazon affiliate store, where a small percentage of all sales will also help support the channel. Finally, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the new videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon, and have a great day.